Let's go ahead and get started. So today, if you have a couple blocks or a couple books nearby, or just anything big, really, we're gonna do a couple warrior poses that might be helpful to have those blocks or something to raise your hands up. No worries, if not, I will cue other options as well. All right, so today we're gonna get started in our Shavasana, so just on our backs here, okay? Getting comfortable, lying all the way down. And just letting yourself melt down into your mat. Allow some space in between your torso and your arms, letting your feet splay open. Roll your shoulder blades back and down. And just starting to notice your breath. Maybe gently closing your eyes if you feel comfortable. And then purposefully deepening our breath here. Try to pay attention to your exhale and make sure you're exhaling fully. Often we don't exhale all the way. So try to make your exhale a little bit longer than your inhale and fully release all of the air from your lungs. And let's try to do 10 deep belly breaths here. So just counting to 10 at your own pace here, focusing on that inhale and exhale, moving your belly up and down. So as you inhale, feel your belly rise. Exhale, feel your belly fall, fully exhaling all the air out. And 10, just like that. And then once you reach your 10 breaths here, we're gonna move towards a figure four position, bending into our knees. Our feet are gonna come flat on the floor. And then let's bring our right ankle to rest on our left thigh, flexing your right toes back towards your shin. And then you can stay here just opening up through your right knee or bringing both legs in towards your chest here and grabbing your left hamstring. Stretching into our right hip here. Keeping your head, neck, and shoulders relaxed on your mat. One more full deep breath here. Let's go ahead and switch sides, bring both feet to the ground again. And let's cross our left ankle over our right thigh, flexing your left foot. Open up through your left knee and maybe bring your legs in towards your chest, grabbing your right hamstring. Staying relaxed through your upper body, stretching into our left hip. One more full breath. And when you're ready, we're going to bring both of our knees next to one another. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Give them a little hug. Maybe rock side to side. Rolling out the back a little bit, nice and gentle. And then we can either come towards our side here and press ourselves up, or start to rock along your spine, up and down. Coming towards a seat here, we're going to cross our legs, coming towards a tabletop position. Stack from our shoulders over our wrists and our hips over our knees here. Lengthening through our spine to start, and then as we inhale, drop your belly down, looking up towards the ceiling. And exhale, round your spine, looking towards your belly button. Inhale, arch your spine. Exhale, round. Inhale, arch. And just at your own pace here, a few more breath cycles. And then any other movements here on our tabletop that feel good to you, maybe coming side to side, bringing your same shoulder towards your same hip, bringing a little side bend into it, maybe bringing some hip circles into this here. If you're doing some hip circles, just make sure we switch directions. And when you're ready, coming back to neutral here, we're going to ground our left palm down. As you inhale, reach up through your right fingertips towards the ceiling. Exhale, bringing your right hands through, relaxing our right shoulder down on our mat here, threading the needle. Keeping our hips stacked over our knees. Our left hand can just rest here on our mat. Breathe into this gentle twist. And on your next inhale, coming back up, inhale your right arm back up towards the ceiling. Exhale, release it down towards your mat. Inhale, left arm comes up, reach up. Exhale, relax your left shoulder down. Rest your head on your mat. And on your next inhale, raising your left fingertips back up towards the ceiling. Exhale, release it down back towards our tabletop. We're going to come into our first child's pose here, opening our knees up about mat distance apart, nice and wide. Our toes come together. Sit your hips back and down towards your heels. Reach your arms forward, sink your armpits down, and maybe rest your forehead down on your mat. You're just grounding down into this position, feeling your breath. As you inhale, maybe feel your belly touch the insides of your thighs. Just noticing that, getting comfortable here for a moment. You can always come back to this pose throughout class. And then I want everyone to try to come up with an intention for your practice today that is related to gratitude. So some sort of gratitude, something you're grateful for, something you are looking forward to, something you're happy about, just something that makes you feel kind of that gratitude and joy inside, and just kind of coming towards Coming towards that idea in your mind as we breathe here in our child's pose. And just trying to keep that with you throughout class. All right, so it can be something as simple as the breath. And yoga really helps us notice our breath and be grateful for that really simple fact. Right? And the breath is interesting because it's the one part of our nervous system that we can kind of control, right? So our breathing happens automatically, right? But we can control kind of the rate and the rhythm. So maybe just being grateful for that and being grateful that you have the opportunity here tonight to really get in touch with your body and your breath. All right, something as simple as that. When you're ready, we're going to come towards our first down dog. So we're going to plant our hands down, our index fingers pointed forward, really pressing into both palms and all 10 fingers, alleviating some pressure from our wrists. We're going to bring our hips up, tuck our toes under, reach our hips up and back for down dog. Lengthening through our spine. Maybe bending into one knee, bend into the other knee here. Getting comfortable in our down dog, just warming this up here. Aiming for a nice straight line from our wrists up to our hips, and then another one from our hips down to our heels. From here, we're going to inhale towards our plank position. Inhale, stack your shoulders over your wrists. Squeeze your glutes down, engage your abs. On your exhale, bring it back to down dog. Inhale, shifting forward, plank position. Rounding down here, and then exhale back towards our down dog. We're going to slowly walk our hands back towards our feet, so towards the back of the mat here, into a forward fold, bending into our knees a little bit. Let your head hang down. On your next inhale, rolling up to stand. Arms come up overhead. Exhale, hands at heart center. Close your eyes here for just a moment, grounding down into our feet. On your inhale, raise your arms back up. Exhale, keep your spine long, forward fold. You can still bend into your knees here. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands can rest at your shins. Exhale, walk your hands back out into our down dog. One more inhale to plank here. Inhale, plank position. Exhale, dog. We're going to walk our feet in towards our hands now. Walking in. Inhale, halfway lift. Spine long. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift all the way up and over, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift up, arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift up, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, down dog. From here, a few options for Vinyasa. Shift forward, plank position. Exhale, bring your knees down, knees, chest, and chin come down. Our hips are going to stay up. So on your next exhale, keep your hips up nice and high. Bend your elbows in towards your body. Knees, chest, and chin are down. And then we'll slither forward here into our cobra pose. Legs straight behind you, chest comes forward. Gently placing your hands under your arms here by your lower ribs, all right? And then exhale, use your knees to help you come back towards down dog. On your inhale, coming back towards our plank. Another option here, drop your knees or keep them up here for a chaturanga, keeping our spine nice and long here, straight line from our shoulders down to our knees. Elbows in, nice and tight here. As you exhale, come down halfway, 90-degree bend in our elbows. On your next inhale, shifting forward into up dog. Okay, coming onto the tops of your feet. Hips are up off the ground. Pulling our chest through, arms are straight for this one. Exhale, coming back into our down dog. Taking a breath here, in our down dog. Lengthening even more here into our spine. Lifting our hips up and back towards the back ceiling. All right, so one of my favorite chest openers we're going to come into. Lift up your right leg, three-legged dog, keeping your hips square. Exhale, right foot is going to come in between our hands here, coming towards warrior one. Bring your back foot in and out slightly so your back heel can reach down. Inhale your arms up, bend into your front knee, straight back leg. Warrior one, arms reaching up, relax your shoulders. Stacking our shoulders over our hips. Lengthening through our spine. Grounding into both heels. From here, coming into humble warrior. So we start to release our arms behind us. We're going to clasp our hands together behind us. Straightening gently into your arms here, puffing our chest out gently. We're going to inhale, lengthen through our spine, trying to keep our legs just where they are. We're going to slowly keep our spine long as we start to hinge forward from our hips, allowing our torso to come on the inside of our right inner thigh, keeping our legs where they are here. Keep your right leg nice and bent. Once you come to a place here where you feel you can relax slightly, gently lower your head just a little bit here. Just enough to relax your neck. Keeping our hips square towards the front. Keeping that engagement here, try not to let yourself rest on your right leg. Continue opening through your chest, maybe even allow your arms to come further over your head. One more breath in humble warrior. On your next inhale, slowly start to rise back up. Warrior one here, arms come up overhead. Exhale, arms come down. Bring it back towards down dog. One clearing breath. As you inhale, reach your left leg up this time, three-legged dog. Exhale, reach that left foot in between our hands. Step your back foot in and out to release your heel down. Inhale, arms come up overhead, warrior one. Bending into both knees. Bending into your front knee. Straight back leg. Squaring our shoulders towards the front. Reach your fingertips up. Relax your shoulders down. One more full breath here. Warrior one, grounding down into both heels. On your next exhale, release your arms down behind you. Try to clasp opposite grip here, so whatever feels a little funky. And then straightening again into your arms here, puffing your chest out. Inhale, lengthen your spine. And exhale, start to fold forward, keeping the bend in your left leg. Allowing our torso to come right beside our inner thigh. Keeping our hips square towards the front. One more full breath here in our humble warrior. On your next inhale, slowly rising back up to warrior one. Arms come up overhead. Exhale, hands frame your foot, step back, down dog. Inhale, coming forward into our plank here. Exhale, vinyasa of your choice here. Inhale into your cobra or your up dog. Exhale, we'll meet in down dog. Walk our feet in towards our hands here, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift all the way up, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step your left foot back, so we're in a lunge now. Let's lower our back knee down, coming into Anjaneyasana, low lunge. By allowing our left hip to kind of sink slowly and gently down towards our mat. Making sure our front knee is just about stacked over our ankle. Okay, we can stay here or gently inhale your arms up overhead. Taking 2 full deep breaths into your left hip flexor here. If you brought your arms up, bring them back down here. We're going to curl our back toes under, straighten into our back legs, into our lunge here. We're going to slowly straighten into our front leg. Okay, just gently here. If you can't straighten all the way, that's okay. Working towards straight in both legs, gently stretching into our hamstrings as well. Take a breath. Let's bend back into our front knee here, stepping forward into forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift all the way up, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, plant your hands, step your right foot back into our lunge here. Lower your back knee down. Allow your hips to gently sink down towards your mat, not forcing anything, but breathing into your right hip flexor to allow that softening and maybe a deepening of the stretch. You can stay here with your hands at either side or maybe inhaling your arms up overhead. One more full breath here. If your arms were up, let's bring them back down here, tucking our back toes under, lifting into that back leg, straighten it out, and gently straightening, going towards straight in our front leg as well. Again, a little stretch here into our left hamstrings. If you can't straighten that front leg all the way, that's okay. We're just working towards it. And let's bring a bend into our left leg again. Step your right foot in, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift all the way up, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back, down dog. Inhale, shift forward, plank pose. Exhale, Vinyasa of your choice. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. We're going to step our feet in towards our hands. Try to bring your feet outside of your hands here. Coming into Malasana squat. Again, if you have a book or a block of some kind, I'll bring a combination of the two over here. We're going to come into Malasana squat, turning our toes out slightly, our heels in. Okay, so our feet are a little wider than our hips here. All right, so coming down into Malasana squat, if you want to go ahead and sit on something, totally welcome to. If it's more comfortable for you to not be on something, that's great as well. Another option is to have a rolled blanket just under your heels as we do this position. Okay, that can help as well because sometimes we have that hip flexibility, but our calf flexibility here isn't as open. Okay, so different options there. Just kind of play around with it, see what feels good. All right, so it shouldn't hurt, but we are stretching into our hips quite a bit. Okay, so wherever you are, opening up through our knees. So maybe using your elbows to apply some pressure. Bringing your hands to heart center here. Gently pressing your thumbs onto your sternum. And again, pressing your elbows gently into your inner thighs. Creating some tension there. Breathing into your hips. Giving yourself some love here. Coming back to your intention. Take another full deep breath here in your Malasana squat. And then when you're ready, go ahead and remove any props from your mat. And we'll come into a down dog, stepping it back. Down dog. Walk your feet in towards your hands, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift all the way up, arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're gonna go ahead and turn to the side here. We're facing the side on our mat. Take a nice big step out to the side. Our feet are gonna be parallel or toes slightly turned in for this one. Okay, so wide leg forward fold. Let's bring our hands towards our hips here. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. And exhale, slowly start to hinge forward. All right, you can stay up here. This is perfect. If you want to reach your hands down towards the floor, go for it. Again, if you have something to elevate your hands, that's great as well. Okay, keeping length through your spine wherever you are. Just breathing here. Finding that nice, gentle stretch in our hamstrings. Few more full deep breaths here, maybe shifting the weight a little bit more towards your toes. Noticing the slight difference in the stretch. And slowly prepare to come out of the pose. Maybe bring your hands back to your hips, elongating through your spine as you inhale, lengthen back up. Beautiful. Slowly, slowly. And we'll shift back towards the front of our mat, taking a nice big step forward. Coming towards a chair pose, we're going to inhale our arms up overhead, bringing our feet together here, or they can be hip distance apart. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, sit down into your heels here. Weight is in your heels. Shifting your hips back like you're about to sit down in a chair. Arms up overhead. Inhale, lengthen through your spine again. Exhale, keep your left arm up, reaching back through your right arm. Arms are parallel towards the ground now. Just a little gentle twist here. Inhale, arms come back up overhead. Exhale, left arm sweeps back. Little twist here, opening up through the chest. Arms parallel. Inhale, arms come back up. One more on each side here, staying low in our chair. Exhale, right arm back. Inhale up. Exhale, left arm back. Twisting through that. Inhale, back up. And let's sit a little bit deeper in our chair pose here, coming down towards the floor. If you can, drop it down a little lower. And lower. And coming down onto your bum here any way that you can. Coming towards a quick boat pose here, okay, with a little bit of that same kind of twisting motion. All right. So starting by lengthening through our spine, our feet are flat on the floor, roll your shoulders back and down, and then just start to lean your torso back a little bit to start to engage your abs. Here is perfect, okay? You can stay right here or maybe start to play with bringing one leg up, maybe bringing both legs up. Okay, that's totally up to you either way. Wherever you are, inhale your arms up. Okay, we can bring our palms up towards the ceiling, arms parallel to the ground. We'll do our same little twisting motion we did in our chair here. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, reach your right arm back. Look back. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, left arm reaches back. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, right arm back. Back to center. Exhale, left arm back. Back to center. One more here, keeping length through our spine. Exhale, right arm back. Inhale, center. Exhale, reach. Inhale, center. Very nice. And relax that. Shake it out. All right, and let's come back towards our forward fold here, right? Bending into our knees. Just inhale all the way back up to stand. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, down dog. Take a clearing breath here. Let's inhale our right leg up behind us, three-legged dog. Shifting towards our plank, bring your knee in towards your nose, exhale. Reach it back up, inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. One more time here, reach it up. And bring it in, knee to nose. Hold it for just an inhale. Exhale, release your foot down. Keeping our back heel lifted, we're going to inhale all the way up into a high lunge here. Front knee is bent right over our ankle, back leg is nice and straight. Okay. From here, hands can stay up or they can come to heart center here again, gently pressing on your sternum. Inhale, lengthen through your spine, bringing pressure into both heels. Your weight is in both heels. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and then exhale, slowly start to shift forward, hinging from your hips, keeping weight in your back foot still. Okay, just activating our front hip, as well as our abs here. Breathing here, breathe into it. Leaning forward just a little more, keeping our spine long. And let's inhale back to our lunge. Exhale, hands down, and let's step it back. Inhale our left leg up behind us. Exhale, knee to nose, shift towards your plank. Inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, back up. Exhale, knee to nose. Last time, take an inhale. Exhale, drop it down in between your hands. Rise up. Inhale to our lunge. Our high lunge here, back leg is straight. Back heel is lifted. Bringing weight into your left heel. Bend your left knee over your ankle. Breathe here. Bringing weight into your front heel as well as your back toes. On your next exhale, keep your arms here or bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, slowly start to hinge forward, keeping our spine long. One more breath. On your inhale, coming back towards our lunge. Exhale, reach it down, down dog. Walk our feet in towards our hands, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And inhale all the way up to stand. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, from here, we're gonna kind of play around with a warrior three. So if you have, again, a couple books, so you can even books like this work, okay, can act as blocks. Okay, if you have actual blocks, that's great as well. Just something to kind of stabilize you. That's about a foot or less off of the ground, okay? Because when we're doing warrior three, to be in kind of good alignment here with this, we don't want our hands necessarily to be touching the ground, okay? Especially when we're kind of starting out with this pose and we haven't really mastered it yet, which like even I haven't, so I still do it with blocks, right? So it's just a good practice to be in to kind of help support your body doing this pose correctly. All right, so we're gonna step a little bit farther away from our props here if you have them. Okay, so there's a few different ways to start this, but we're just gonna step into it. All right, so we can start with our hands at our heart here, stepping forward, nice big step with our right leg, shifting the weight into our right foot, and just kind of bringing our back foot onto our toes here, bringing less weight onto that foot, shifting all the weight into our right foot here, and then we'll gently start to seesaw down here. So as our chest comes down, our back leg lifts up. Back leg is nice and straight, bottom leg is nice and straight, but not locked out at the knee. Coming towards a T position here, no worries if you can't make that T here, wherever you're at. We just want a nice long line from our head down to our heel. Breathing here. If you're using those blocks or props, if you have your T here, we can gently rest our hands down on our props here, lifting up through our back heel, straightening through both legs. Flex your back foot. Keeping your gaze at the top of your mat, lengthening through your spine and your neck. One more breath. Keeping our hips square towards our mat. As you inhale, slowly rising back up. Beautiful. Coming back towards feet together here. All right, moving towards the other side. Stepping forward with your left foot. Shifting the weight into your left foot. Curl your back toes under. Shifting that weight fully here. Slowly starting to seesaw down again. Flexing through your back foot. Hips stay square. Straighten both legs. Keeping your chest lifted here. Back leg lifts up as your chest comes down. Stay where you are, or bringing your hands down towards some books, some blocks. Keeping your spine long, leg lifted. Engaging your legs here. Engaging your core. One more full deep breath. And on your next inhale, slowly rising back up to stand. Feet together. Inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift all the way up overhead. And exhale, relax your arms down to the side. All right, go ahead and move away in props here. We're gonna kind of shift down towards the floor here. Coming towards a little back strengthening, and then kind of stretching that out. So kind of strengthening through the spine, and then stretching through our spine. A nice pose that I like called rabbit pose that is kind of a great counter to any chest opening poses, any back strengthening. So I hope we have fun with this one. So when you're ready, we're going to come down towards our stomach here. Just leaving a little bit of room at the front of your mat here. All right, and we're gonna plant our hands at our lower ribs here, creating a 90-degree bend in our elbows. We're gonna come into locust pose here. So as you inhale, lift up through your chest, almost like a cobra pose. Stay here, maybe lift your arms up behind you. You can stay here or lifting your feet up with this as well. Ultimately balancing on our hips and our lower ribs. Breathing here. Lifting up, 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 looking towards the front of your mat here, lengthening through your neck. One more inhale. Exhale, release. You can stack your hands on top of one another, release your forehead down to your mat or one cheek. And just take a couple clearing breaths here. And then when you're ready, we're going to come into one more here. Okay, so you can start with your hands back here if you'd like. If you want more of a chest opener, you can clasp your hands behind you. Okay, opening up through your chest. Inhale, lift your chest up. Feet can stay down or lift up with you. Breathing here. Last one. Lifting up, reaching up. One more inhale. Exhale, slowly lower to release our head down, either the other cheek down or your forehead again. I'm going to come towards our down dog here. So planting your hands down, use your knees to help you come back up, down dog. And then drop your knees down, child's pose, knees wide, toes together. Release it down here, take a couple breaths. All right, and when you're ready, coming on up, sitting on your heels here, coming into our back, lengthening pose here, okay, kind of stretching out our back muscles from that locust pose. All right, so this is called rabbit, and if you've never done it before, I suggest kind of watching me first, and then I'll cue us into it together, just because in the pose, your top of your head's going to be on the mat, and we don't want to be turning our head side to side. Okay, so try to avoid that when we're in the pose. If you have a hair tie or something right on the top of your head, yeah, you might want to move it down. It just will get ruined and it might bother your head a little bit. All right, so I'll go ahead and show this once and then we'll cue into it together. So lengthening through your spine, I'm going to kind of grab my heels here. My thumbs are on the outside, other fingers on the inside of my foot. I'm going to inhale, lengthen up through my spine. Exhale, tuck my chin towards my chest and really start to curl forward, rounding down, round, really almost like we're doing a somersault here. I'm going to slowly lower the top of my head to my mat, right in front of my knees here, really grasping at my heels now, keeping most of the weight in my knees, reaching up and over with my hips. Again, just about 20% of the weight is in our head, the rest is all in our legs. All right, slowly coming out of it here. So I'll go ahead and cue us into that together once you're ready. All right, if you didn't already come into it here. So just inhale, lengthen through your spine. Exhale, curl forward. Chin tucks towards your chest first. Roll, roll, roll down. Grasping our heels, reaching up and over with your hips. Again, not too much pressure on our head here, lengthening through our spine. One more full breath through rabbit pose. And slowly start to release one vertebrae at a time here. The last thing to come up is your chin. Nice and slow. And just take a breath here on your knees. Roll your shoulders back and down. Good. Very nice. Just kind of feel the effects of that one. All right. And we're going to cool it down here, starting with some pigeon. All right, so walk your hands out into our down dog here. Lift your hips up and back. Inhale, right leg comes up, three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee towards your right wrist. Pigeon pose. Go ahead and walk your back leg out, lengthening up through our chest here. If this bothers your knee at all, go ahead and come back onto your back here and do the figure 4 stretch we did in the beginning of class. Okay. Inhale, lengthen up through your chest. If you want to come on down towards your forearms, go right ahead. And then if you're doing that one, you can release your head and neck down. Again, coming back towards your intention here for your practice today. That intention of gratitude, coming back to your breath as well. On your next inhale, rising back up. Tucking your back toes, lifting back up into down dog. Inhale our left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee towards your left wrist. Walking your back leg back. Inhale, lifting up through your chest here for upright pigeon. And then whenever you're ready, if you'd like to come down to your forearms, go right ahead. If you're down on your forearms, relax your head and your neck down. On your next inhale, rising back up. Plant your hands, tuck your back toes under. Back towards down dog. So walk our feet in towards a forward fold. And just hang out for a breath. And go ahead and sit down. All right, from here we're going to straighten our right leg out. Left leg bends in, so the bottom of our foot is at our inner thigh. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, turn towards your right leg. Inhale again, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Your arms can come to the side. Maybe a gentle walk out towards your right foot. Inhale, lengthen through your spine, and exhale, deepen your fold. On your inhale, rising back up to a seat. Straighten out your left leg, bend into your right leg. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, turn towards your left leg. Inhale, lengthen again. Exhale, starting to fold over your left leg here, maybe gently walking your hands forward towards your flexed left foot. Inhale, lengthen your spine, and exhale, fold. 2 more deep breaths. On your next inhale, slowly walking back up to your seat. Let's straighten both legs out in front of us, coming down towards our spine, slowly lowering all the way onto our back. Let's bring our knees in towards our chest, give them a hug. And then keeping your right knee bent, straighten out your left leg. Coming into a supine twist, allow your right leg to gently come over to the left. Right arm outstretched, and look over your right shoulder. On your next inhale, rising back up to the center, both knees into your chest. Give them another hug. Keeping your left leg bent, right leg extends. Let's bring our left knee over to the right. Left arm extended here. Looking over our left shoulder. On your next inhale, again coming back towards center. Give your knees one more hug here. Any other last movements until we come towards our Shavasana, maybe coming towards Happy Baby. Grabbing the outsides of your feet. Keep your lower back grounded on your mat. Knees bend towards the outsides of your torso. Give this one a little rock side to side as well, if that feels good for you today. And then whenever you're ready, coming towards our final Shavasana, allowing your legs to straighten out in front of you, just letting your feet open, and giving yourself some space here. Arms from your torso, getting comfortable to be here for a few moments. Maybe closing your eyes. Slowly bring yourself back. Little movements into your fingers, your toes, your wrists, your ankles. And take a big stretch, reaching your arms up over your ears. And stay here for a moment or turn over onto one side for fetal position, resting your head on your outstretched arm, bending your knees in towards your chest for a breath. When you're ready, we're going to press ourselves up towards the seat. Do that cross-legged position or sitting back on your heels. And just lengthening through our spine one more time. Maybe keep your eyes closed or gaze soft. Breathing down through our sit bones. Just taking a few breaths here together. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. One more. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Releasing all of that. And I bring my hands to heart center here. I want to thank you for joining me for class today. Hope you have a great rest of your night. Namaste.